I just woke up. Come check this out. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. Wow. It's so quiet. Holy moly. Hey you guys. So I went to Home Depot and got wood for my ceiling and my walls. I got this wood stain. This is the wood stain that I got. I should have brought a piece of the floor with me to kind of see what would go well together, but I didn't. So honestly, I kind of just liked that it was called Espresso. But I also liked the color too, obviously. This is like a scrap piece of the wood. Ouch. And I feel like that goes pretty well. I feel like that's pretty good. And I don't want the whole build to be one color. This will definitely be my roof. So I should probably take a measurement of my roof to see how many how many pieces of wood I should do. Here, I'll show you. These are the kind of planks that I got for my ceiling and walls. I'm still sick. Yay. Anyways, my battery's about to die. I will put in a new battery, measure the square footing of the ceiling, and then start staining. Let me know if you guys, I have the Nikon D 5100 camera, and I got a new battery for it, but my batteries do not last a long time. Either of them, the old one and the new one. I don't know anything about cameras. So if you guys do, that would be great. How do I use this? To ensure uniform acceptance of stain color and beautiful results, pre-treat the wood with water-based pre-stain wood conditioner following the labeled directions. I need to sand it first with 150 grit sandpaper. Oh, it smells amazing. I have not gone ahead and done any framing for my walls yet, because I know that staining is going to take so long, and I'm kind of figuring things out as I go. I just finished the installation, and I'm probably going to add more insulation once I do the framing. And the framing, I will use plywood, cut it into pieces, and just use self-tapping screws. But that's for another time. I'm kind of just jumping ahead because this sounded exciting to me and I wanted to do a fun project. So that's why we're doing wood staining now. It's also cold, so it takes forever for stain and paint to dry. So when the day comes that I do put up my framing, I will have this ready to go. But I also need to mount my solar panel and drill a hole for wires. But that's it. This is also the wood for the ceiling. So. Oh my gosh, I can't get over how amazing it smells. It smells like a Vermont country store. That's what this smells like. Or where my mind is going, because my family's from Vermont. I went with these because they're a little bit thinner, and I have very limited space in the van. Plus, they're pretty bendable. Okay, let me finish sanding, and then I'll show you guys when I start to stain. Okay, while I was sanding, I noticed that this knot had some like putty in it. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. That's what I originally saw, was this. I was like, okay, whatever. That's fine. But then, there's all of this. Like, in random spots it does not need to be, and that's kind of upsetting. I will sand it off. But, like, what the hell? Why? Like, there's, this side's plugged, but it's all over this, and I'd rather them not have done that and made a mess. I don't know. I hope I don't come across too many pieces that are like that. So that's what the spots look like. I took 60 grit sandpaper, and then 150. They left little stains, but not much I can do there. Okay, so luckily no other panels had that weird putty on it. And I sanded them down. The instructions do say to do both the front and the back. Good to know, because I was unsure if I was supposed to do that. Open up that wood stain. I'm just going to use a rag for the stain. Oh, it's so much darker than I thought. So, let's see. Stir stain thoroughly. Thoroughly. Okay. These are clearly not stir sticks, but I've been using it as a stir stick. Okay, here goes nothing. Okay, these are the boards I have. Cool beans. We are getting another snowstorm. We had one about a couple days ago. I woke up and I took a video when I woke up and I was like, oh my god, it is absolutely beautiful outside. That was maybe like 5 inches of snow. Well, this one that's happening tonight into tomorrow and all day tomorrow is 10 to 16 inches. Or maybe 10 to 14. Nonetheless, it's still a lot of snow. I will have plenty of time to work on the staining. And Probably do a lot of editing. But I just thought you guys should know that. Well, I just closed up the can, so that means I'm closed up for the night. And I will continue this tomorrow. Check it out. Aren't they pretty? They're all different colors. That's alright. We'll give it character. First off, when I started, none of them were facing the same direction. I mean, obviously some of them were because, you know, it's a 50-50 shot. But they were not all facing the same direction. And the first couple, I just wiped, like I brushed the stain on and then immediately like took it off. I would stain 2 boards with the paintbrush and then wipe it off with a rag at a time, like one at a time. I didn't do that for this system though. I did it for the other batch. So after these dried, they became more uniform in color. And these are the back sides that came out much darker. Clearly I have a couple more to do. I don't know if you guys remember, but it's been a couple days since I've done this. I stopped doing these because I got really nervous about how dark these ones were. But I believe it is just the back side, so it'll be alright. I'm going to finish staining these ones, and then I have to measure out 6 feet and see how many boards, how many planks I need to sand and stain for the ceiling. Okay. I might darken these ones a little bit, these two. I should mention the stain came right off my fingers when I washed them, probably because the stain is water soluble. So that was good. So cold, but it must be done. It's this board. I just rocked one of the lights. Okay. But one of my favorite things to do, I'm all like crunched over because the camera's too short. One of my favorite things to do, I love going on a YouTube channel and going to the oldest videos because it gives me so much hope. You know, like everybody has to start somewhere, and it just oh, it makes me feel like anything is possible. That's really cool. It's a cool feeling to have. Alright. Where's my can opener? What did I do with that thing? It's right here. It just really saturates the wood with stain, you know? We're going for it. We gotta be quick with it. Okay. Wonderful. Glove off. Other glove on. There's a huge hole from right. I can't even tell. Okay. Sure. That concludes the staining for now. All of the planks are stained with the Espresso color. What I'm thinking, I may want to put another color stain on top of the Espresso, because the floor is a lot more red than I anticipated. Hopefully I don't drop this whole thing. That, you know, this combo, yeah, like this combo is not that bad. Like it actually kind of looks red on the can too. I know it's not going to be perfect depending on what type of wood and whatnot, but I was like, you know what? Now don't get me wrong, I don't want it to be exactly like the floor either, but I don't know. Maybe I won't, maybe I will. But I do know what time it is. It is time for bed. I'm gonna go read my book about a Dublin woman and go to bed and start the day over again tomorrow. Bye. I just ran back downstairs because I have a little bit of exciting news. I think it's exciting news. I opened my Etsy shop today. These are what I'm selling. They are wire wrap tiger eye earrings. I was wearing them earlier today. I just think they're so cute. It's like a single. They're all different. I just think they're so cute. I was on a road trip and I was visiting this cute town in Arkansas. It's called Eureka Springs. It's a town built right into the side of a mountain, and it's really, really neat. I had like a very special weekend there 2 or 3 years ago, and so I wanted to stop by. I wanted to stop by there again when I was traveling. Wow, crazy hair. They had a little shop in Eureka Springs that I missed the first time, and it was a place with all different types of beads and jewelry and gemstones, and it was gorgeous. I spent so many hours there. They had a make your own earring service. Oh my gosh, I was absolutely delighted and made my own pair of earrings. Yeah, I just wanted to hop on real quick and share that. My Etsy account is the same as my YouTube, so Emma on the Alpine. I've only made a handful of them, and yeah, it's just something I like to do, so check it out. Good morning, guys. I wasn't even going to film any of this because all I'm doing is putting an oil-based waterproofing on these planks. It's been a bit difficult because it has been snowing like crazy.
Yeah, shaking the can like that causes air bubbles in the polyurethane and will be much harder to have a smooth finish on the planks. So do not do that.
So I haven't done much this last week for the build other than staining the wood. I want to put my solar panel up, but I don't want to put holes in the roof while there's snow and water and whatnot. So I'm kind of prepping for the inside. And yeah, so the next step is to waterproof these planks. But look at this cute little guy. Aww. Little fella. I don't even want to put you outside because it's probably too cold for you, little bud. So anyways, that's what's going to happen today. I don't exactly feel like recording at all because it's just going to be very boring. So yeah, I got a little ladybug friend.
In the early 1950s, and
Okay, hey guys, it's been a minute. I have been dying to put my solar panel up, but it keeps snowing. It's New England, and it's March. It's not January or February anymore. It is March. So it only makes sense that there's snow. Yeah. In the meantime, while I wait for the weather to be a little bit kinder, I have been staining and waterproofing my ceilings, my ceiling boards. They are shiplap pine boards, and I've done 1 coat of sealant on them so far. It suggests to do 3 coats at least. And this is what I have come up with so far. And it takes forever for the sealant to dry because we're in a basement and there's a lot of moisture and it's very cold. I did originally use a paintbrush. You can see like the paintbrush spots. So what I'm going to use are these little rollers, these little mini rollers that me and my dad used for a project, a different project, not the van build. I redid my childhood bedroom and these came in handy at some point. Maybe I'll post some videos about that. But I did not record it the way I'm recording this van build. I haphazardly lined this with plastic wrap because I only have 1 of these and I'm going to need to do this again. It's oil based, so I don't know, it just felt like the right thing to do. And then I have my little mini roller and your mask, of course. So I'm going to roll these out 1 more time, actually 2 more times, let it dry, and then
try to figure out my next steps because I don't exactly have a plan moving forward. I am at the mercy of the weather. Again, I do not recommend doing a van build in the middle of the winter, but here we are. You can sand down the polyurethane in between coats. That's good practice. What I noticed is I scratched maybe a little too hard, maybe the grit was a bit too coarse, but I would have deep scratches noticeable in the stain. When you're painting, redoing a room, or any trim, you definitely want to be sanding in between layers of paint. Now, this is something I was afraid was going to happen with the roller. I'm left with all of these bubbles. So, paintbrush it is, I guess. There's a technique called feathering where you apply a very light hand with the paintbrush over the, in this case, cedar plank. That's essentially what I'm doing to smooth out the air bubbles that have been created by the rolling brush or the roller.